Okay, I think that's it. The camera is on, I'm live, I'm recording, there's volume. Brilliant. So hi to anyone watching, and hi to people on YouTube watching later. If you want to call in, then you can, but you have to do it through Skype. Yeah, Skype. My Skype name is Rebecca Maroon, and you can call me live through there, or message me or something, and I can call you through Skype. So basically, I just do an hour, usually about an hour, every Friday, if I'm at home. Friday, 9 o'clock GMT, 9 p.m. GMT, until 10 in the evening. So you can join me live or watch me on YouTube after 10 p.m. So most people who are watching this will probably know what this is about, what this subject is about. It's not a subject that most people will be interested in listening to for an hour. It's a very strange subject compared to what the society is focused on. Society is based upon things, based upon objects, based upon you being a separate individual in a separate world, trying to move towards objects, trying to move towards things to make you happy, trying to find happiness and fulfillment in things, objects, whether it be material things, whether it be intellectual things, knowledge, intelligence, whether it be spiritual things, personal development things, being more calmer, being more spiritual, being more peaceful, being more loving. It's always about getting something, improving who you are, to get somewhere, to get happiness in the future. Whereas this subject is not talking about anything, any object. It's talking about no thing, nothing. Nothing. And the person's not used to that. It's not used to not working towards something. So it hears this message of this, already this. And it hears the message of no thing, but it can only imagine no thing or this to be a thing, an object. It can only imagine this to be about a thing. Liberation is talking about a thing. Something I can have. Something I can be. Something I can find and get. This message is talking about the death of that one who's moving through time, the one who's trying to get somewhere and get something. It's the death of that apparent separate individual, that separate seeker who feels so incomplete, so uncomfortable being something. And yet can only exist as something. And all those things and objects are appearing in this freedom, this boundless freedom, which has always been. This boundless freedom which those appearances and movements and objects are appearing in and are. The person can never find freedom. The person can never find liberation. The person's appearing in freedom, appearing in liberation. You can't find it. It's already an appearance. It's already a movement. And what's being pointed to is that freedom, that liberation, that nothingness, not the object, not the appearance. But also the object and also the appearance. That's why this subject is so funny, because it is and it isn't. But for the person, it only is. It's only real. Everything's real. Liberation is real. A person is real, and the dissolving of the person is also real. It's real and it isn't real. It's not even real. The realness of it isn't real. It's an appearance. It appears to be real. There is no person, and therefore there is no liberation, no dissolving of the person. But there seems to be a person, and so there seems to be also the dissolving of the person. Headfuck. Mindfuck. Crazy. The mind can't understand this. It can't be understood. It can't be got in that realm of mental activity. It can't be grasped in that. It's beyond that. It's prior to that activity. That activity of trying to search and seek and find and work out and understand is appearing in it. It's hopeless for the person trying to find it. It's hopeless. It's impossible. This can't be found. If it could be found, it would be a thing, an object to be found and discovered, and therefore lost. So I've got nothing to impart or teach. I have nothing to offer. This speaking simply points outside of the dream of separation, outside of the dream of someone. It points to this, the actual experience, or the natural reality. It points to this, what's actually happening. This is all there is, what's happening. So feel free to call in on Skype, Rebecca Maroon. Should I write that somewhere? Where can I write it? I'll try writing it here. Let's see. Skype, Rebecca Maroon. No, I don't think I shared it in the right place. Okay, I'll put it here. So this message is unconditional love. It's unconditional love. Total compassion. But not for the person. Not for the illusory person. Freedom is the death of that illusory person. Uh,
Hi.
Hi, Pakir. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, thanks.
Okay. So, I have a question.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let me switch off the volume of Ustream.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's done. Okay. So, my question is, what is the difference between what is and what is not? Hello?
I
Can
can
you hear
hear
me?
you. I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
It takes a while for the brain to process.
Okay.
There's hearing the words, but there's no.
Yeah. No, I thought I disconnected.
Okay. Yeah, you probably have. What is and what isn't.
Yeah, what is and what is not.
Well, there is no difference. What is what is. What is nothing. Apparently being something. So what is what's not. Being is. It's nothing being everything.
Yeah, so we can also call it nothing being everything.
Everything. But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty. Nothing is everything. So every appearance is nothing. Every appearance is nothing. The person's looking for a thing, one thing, to be it. One thing is better than everything else. But there's just everything. Everything is it. The positive emotions, the negative emotions, everything is it. There's no separation. There's no positive, negative, good and bad. Only in language and in communicating, in preferences, but there's just what is.
So what is everything, while what is not is nothing.
Yeah, but there's no separation. What is what isn't. Nothing is everything. Everything is nothing. When the person's there, it has this separation, this sense of left and right, good and bad, is and isn't. There is no separation. There is no divide. The divide and separation lives in the dream world. It lives in the mental world. Without labeling things as good and bad, right and wrong, what is there? There's just what is.
Yeah.
And when that sense of separation isn't playing out anymore, then what is so obviously is and isn't. The isness of what isn't real. It's obviously an appearance. It also isn't, but it appears to be is. So beautiful.
Yeah.
What's being looked for has always been everything. Has always been this. Whatever's happening.
Then whatever is happening is not happening too.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever is happening right now, it's also not happening.
Yeah.
Then it means everything is appearances. Like when we talk about good and bad, black and white, left and right, front and back. All these are just appearances, not really not real.
Yeah. Just a way to communicate. A way to explain and interact with other people. A way to organise and explain things. But it's just not true. For the individual, everything is true, and it means something. Everything is meaningless. Everything is just as it is. And doesn't need a meaning and purpose. But any apparent meaning or purpose, it doesn't need to be rejected or dismissed. There can be a meaning and a purpose, but it's not actually a real meaning and a real purpose. It's not true. It's not true.
It means whatever, a person is planning, looking for, or, trying to get, all of this is meaningless.
Everything is, yeah.
Then it seems that, this whole world, or, the structure of this person is made of, this language. That, the language is in, duality, which is showing us, or, seemingly seen like up and down, and good and bad, and teacher and student, mother and son, or children, or relationships with your relatives, and with the world, and God, and all this is just
Meaningless.
imagination. Yeah, meaningless. Are just ideas.
Yeah.
Doesn't it mean that when the person collapses, then the whole world would collapse?
Yeah. Everything collapses. Everything collapses.
Then what would left?
Everything is left. Everything is left as it is, not happening for anyone or to anyone. There's just life happening freely. Just life.
Then the word life would also be meaningless.
Sorry?
Then this word life, would it also be meaningless?
Yeah. All words, everything is meaningless. Yeah, everything is meaningless. It's just what's happening. It's just what's happening. The most obvious thing is there's just what's happening. How could it not be this? How could it not be what's happening? But the person's built upon this idea of time, past, now and future. So this movement of time is going somewhere on a journey. So what's happening is like it's in the way of something. It's in the way of getting to a goal, a better future. But there is no future. There is no past. There is no now. It's just what's happening. And it can be an appearance, an image of a future, what I want to do in an hour or next week or tomorrow. But it's happening, it's appearing, an image of a goal or an image of a memory. It's appearing and disappearing in boundlessness. There's no truth to it. No truth to that image or memory or that idea of what to do in an hour. There's no truth to it. It's an appearance now, let's say. There's an appearance appearing in this freedom. It's not going anywhere. And it means nothing. But for the person, there is a real past and there is a real future that I'm going to be in some point. And it has to be better than this. Because there's nothing here for me. It's uncomfortable for that energy. There's nothing for it. But the future promises a better future. I'll get it in the future. I'll be happier in the future. So it lives in that dream of next. And the whole time, even when that seeking for future and next is appearing, it's happening in this boundlessness, this freedom. That's all there is. This freedom with appearances appearing and disappearing.
Yeah, but when we think about tomorrow, a certain planning is being done in the mind that I have to get up early in the morning tomorrow and I have to go to the school of my daughter. I have to meet her teachers and just have to take some feedback about her study. So all this has been planned right now, and usually when tomorrow will come, I'll perform all these things.
Well, you think you're performing those things. You think you're planning those things. That me thinks it's doing it. I'm producing those thoughts. I'm going to move the body to do the actions of seeing the teacher. But it's not true, it's a dream. Thoughts may be appearing about tomorrow and meeting your daughter's teacher or whatever, but they're appearing out of nothing. And the body may move to go and meet the teacher tomorrow. But the body's just doing that. There's no one doing it. There's nobody moving the body. But there's a dream playing. I am someone. I exist. I am someone. I'm producing thoughts. I'm moving the body. I'm making choices to go to my child's school or not. That's the dream. There's just what's happening. Thoughts, planning, body moving. And when that sense of someone dissolves or isn't appearing anymore, there will still just be thoughts appearing, planning, and body moving. No different. But there won't be the feeling of someone, I'm doing that. The thoughts could still be, I'm going to school tomorrow. The thoughts could still sound like that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But it won't have this energy of belief in them, this energy of me in here attached to those thoughts and the body moving. It would just be thoughts and body moving. The way it's always been. It's always been just thoughts and body moving. I don't know what this person is. I don't know what this claiming energy is. This sense of someone. It happens in the human. It's crazy. But it's beautiful. It's also beautiful. It's a miracle that can happen. This sense of someone can appear in the human body. It's amazing. It's like God. How it's beautiful. No one's doing it. There's nobody being a person.
But actually the issue is this: when we plan, then that happens. Like, let's see it, the other way. Like, for example, yesterday night, before I slept, I thought that I have to, go to the studio. I have to meet 2 people there, and I have to discuss certain things there. And today I went there. Okay. At the same time, I thought that I should go there in the second half, and I went there. I meet up. I met those people. I discussed certain things, and then in between that, I received a message from home that bring some ice cream and all that. So I when I came back, I brought all these stuff, all that stuff for my wife and my child. And suddenly, the thought came that I was sitting in the next room and I was watching TV, and suddenly the thought came in my mind that, oh, it's Friday, and today, you will live stream. So I came here. So all that, whatever the me is thinking about, that this has to be done, this has to be done, that is actually going likewise. So
it's just happening.
Then it means there is no one who did all that.
There's no one that does anything.
This has happened, by itself.
Everything happens by itself. Yeah.
Even I was a bit late, and I was thinking that your introduction would be missed, and same happened. when I switch off the Facebook and the Ustream, all that.
Yeah.
Your introduction was almost done, and you asked people to call. So when you said that, I called you. All that is happening by itself.
What's the other option? How else could it be happening? How else are thoughts appearing? If they aren't just appearing out of nothing, how else can they be appearing? Who's creating the thought?
Yeah, that's a big question. That who is creating the thoughts? This couldn't be found that who's doing all that. It simply means that whatever we are thinking, seeing, watching or listening or moving, that all is being done by nobody, and while thought, another thought, claim it, and that thought also is coming from nowhere.
Everything is. It's so intimate. Every appearance, every thought, every sound, every bodily sensation, everything.
Yeah, and another thing, what I'm noticing, I'm really planning, to quit smoking. Like, I smoke, throughout the day, and till mid of the night, till midnight, I plan, to quit smoking, and I'm almost daily deciding that I will not smoke tomorrow morning. But previously, when I was not hearing, not listening to, this, non-duality, my decisions were very solid. Like when I plan to quit smoking, for example, then I usually quit for at least 3 months, 6 months. I quit smoking. But now, since I have listening this non-duality stuff, the Lisa's videos and talk to you, all this is getting out of control. It's like nothing is in control. My decisions are like I've decided something right now, and I couldn't even stay on that decision for a day or two. Because this thought, this comes in mind that who's deciding? I'm nobody. An urge comes to smoke, and I start smoking. So, these kind of things is happening.
All of it's just happening. The idea to quit smoking is happening. The wrestling between should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I is happening. The hand getting the cigarette and lighting it is happening. It's all just happening. None of it is right and wrong. It's just what's happening. Like now, the sounds are happening. The sounds of this voice is happening. The computer hum is happening. The camera, the monitor, Fakir on the screen, the light, the breath, thoughts, all just happening.
And not happening as well. Which means if somebody is moving, from place point A to point B, that is also an idea.
Sorry, if someone's moving from point A to point B?
Yeah, for example, I'm moving from one city to another city or another country.
Yeah, you think you are, but it's not true. You think you are someone existing, and you're moving from A to B. There isn't anyone existing.
God. Like, for example, my daughter usually go to school in the morning. My wife goes to, a hospital, and then they both of these ladies come back to home. So all that is not real. It's a dream. No. Because if there's nobody, then they are also nobody. Just images or just appearances, going out of your sight and then coming back to your sight. And story arises that she went to school and she came back.
But there's somebody in the body going to school, yeah. There's some independent entity inside the body, moving the body, speaking. That's the dream, that's the imagination. That's the projection. because I'm in here, I'm real, I'm doing thoughts, I'm doing actions and speaking, there must be somebody in that body also doing speaking and doing thoughts and actions. That's the dream.
Then, even this is also a dream, that she is my wife or she is my daughter, that is also a story. They are just appearances.
The dream is that she is, that there is a she to be anything. In language, yes, my husband, my wife, my daughter, my son can be spoken, but there isn't anybody actually in the bodies. But still there's speaking that happens, communication, as if there's somebody in the body.
Then the idea of he and she, the gender, this is also not real.
Well, in language we say he for a male body, a male physique, we say he, man. And for a woman we say woman, we say female, due to the female body. There's a distinction.
This is just a practical thing to communicate. Otherwise,
communication. But no one's doing that. That's just happened over time. The language has evolved and become more complicated to help with organising and communication. But the suffering has developed when this sense of someone has been assumed to be in the bodies. The body says I, and it's become somebody who is an I inside the body. It's referring to someone. And I really means the body. I went shopping, I went to bed. The body did. The body went shopping, the body went to bed. It's become a feeling of I'm in here, there's somebody in here. And that's the suffering. This I'm in here has took on more and more concepts, more and more ideas, and more claiming of what the body's done. So the body being short, or I'm short now, so the body does anger, or I'm angry. And it's took on more and more concepts, more and more claiming of things the body's doing. This burden of being someone's got heavier and heavier. And ideas of should and shouldn't, the body shouldn't be angry, being angry is bad and wrong. So now I'm also now wrong, because I was angry. But what's happened in the human, this person evolving and getting heavier and heavier, is perfect. What's happened? There's nothing wrong with what's happening. What's being pointed to is what's happening. The actual experience of what's happening. That's all there is what's happening. But while that sense of someone is moving through time, or feels it's moving through time, there'll be suffering, because they'll be seeking to end that sense of being someone and not finding. There's nothing to find. But the nature of that energy is to seek.
So, what about, for example, I have, this body mind, like, this lucky body, it has planned, to set up an audio studio, in the coming 2 to 3 months, for example. So, what is this?
Sorry, I missed the the beginning. Sorry.
I'm asking about, this is just an example. For example, myself, the Fikir body mind has planned, to set up an audio studio, to work for, himself.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm working, in, the other studios by paying them, the charges. And now I have a plan to set up my own studio. So, what's this?
What is
it's
it?
Nothing. It's just, nobody is doing this, or what is this?
What is planning? You've asked what is planning?
Yeah.
What is planning? I don't know. An idea. An idea's come up to do something, and there's planning, thinking about it, arranging it. What else is it? This isn't the end of planning or any other appearance. Planning happens, planning appears. This body planned to go on holiday, it plans and it looks for flights and hotels and whatever. That's what's happening. The end of the suffering is the one who thinks it's doing anything. It exists. It exists. I exist. The end of that feeling of I exist is the end of suffering. None of the appearances are wrong or or right, or it's nothing to do with the appearances. It has nothing to do with the appearances. Whatever the appearances are, whether it be anger, whether it be crazy thinking or screaming or frustration or boredom or whatever the appearances are, it's nothing to do with the appearances. What's being pointed to is what the appearances are appearing in. Nothing. Boundlessness. The person's obsessed with appearances, getting the right appearance, the wrong appearance. It's obsessed with appearances and objects. That's all it can ever know is appearances and objects. And this is saying not appearances, not this, not that, not this, not that. This is about nothing. You can't imagine nothing. It's nothing, no thing, unimaginable. But the person can't know it. It can't imagine nothing. So it has to imagine things. So no matter what appearance or thing you're questioning about or pointing to or trying to get out of, it's nothing to do with that. It can only ever be an appearance. It can only ever be a movement. And you're never going to find freedom in a movement. Because it's moving and changing. It's a form. It's a thing. Things are always being born and dying. You can never find it in appearances. You can't find it. This isn't about you. There's this boundlessness, this freedom. And it's speaking. It's everything.
So the planning also arises, can also arise without a person.
Planning.
Yeah, planning.
Okay, it's been an hour, Fakir, so I'm gonna maybe see if there are any other questions from anyone else. If not, I'll leave it.
I just ask the last question that it means that planning can arise without a person as well.
Is that your question? Can planning arise?
Yeah.
Planning happens, yeah.
Planning happens.
Yeah.
But if there is a person, he or she will take it real. And if there wouldn't be any person, there would be just planning happening.
Well, there is just planning happening. There's just planning, and the person, illusory person, claims everything, claims planning. So I'm planning. It's just a big fat claimer. It claims things.
Okay.
It sucks things in. It's happening to me. I'm doing it. I'm planning. I'm this. I'm that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I told your time. There might be another caller, and
there could be another. Yeah, there could be.
You would be thinking bad about me.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's been.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye.
Take care.
Bye. Okay, now I've got the question. Hi, Niall. Niall. Okay. Are you going to call in? Or shall I call you? You have to call on Skype, Niall. And you can't see me on Skype. Okay, let me. Oh. Hiya. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to mute Ustream.
I thought I just turned it off.
Oh, okay. Maybe you have. Okay. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
hear. Yeah. Okay.
How funny! I didn't know you were doing this.
Yeah, I've done it 2. This is my second one.
I just got home. I've got my daughter with me and just giving her some dinner, and it's like, oh, Rebecca's live. So.
Yeah.
So with it, there's no way I can see you, is there?
You can see me on Ustream.
But if I turn Ustream on, then I can't. Then it will make the sound, won't it?
No, just you have to mute Ustream. But you can see me on Ustream.
All right.
Just mute the volume.
Yeah. On Ustream.
But apparently it's going to be a bit behind.
That's all right.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay.
But how do I go onto the Ustream? That'll be in my.
You should have another tab open, a Ustream tab, and a Skype tab, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Watch it live. Okay. So I'll just turn that. Sorry, Rebecca.
Okay.
You got back all right this time from the retreat.
Yeah, got home okay. Yeah, thank you.
Didn't miss the plane.
No, it was straight through. No problems this time.
Did you feel tired?
Yeah, I still feel tired now. I feel really tired.
Yeah, me too. Right, so I'll just turn that on mute. Okay. I can see you now.
Okay.
You can hear me now, Rebecca?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Right, so could you just maybe say a bit more about this me that takes over all of this experience, all of the what is, how this me just, because I can feel it so, it's just always there, apparently, this me that engulfs everything.
Well, it's not really true that you can feel it, that it's always there. I don't really know how it happens or why it happens. It just seems to happen in the human form. This sense of being something in the body, sense of being a separate individual, separate entity in the body, and the whole world, society confirms it and encourages that you are a person, you do exist as someone, you are the body's actions, you are speaking. And that sense of something grows, it claims more and more things, it claims the body's actions, it claims the body's speaking, it claims everything, it claims experiences, it claims memories, it claims everything. And it gets heavier and heavier. And it thinks it can find the end of that heaviness, it can find the end of that sense of contraction, the suffering. It can find it in an object, it can find it in the future. And we're told you can find it through getting a good job or a good career. You can get it through getting a lover, a wife, a husband, getting a family, getting objects, possessions, being rich, being famous. But it can never find it. It finds a temporary relief, a temporary object that it gets and loses. The partner it loses, the job it may lose. It always thinks it's found it, but it never can find it in an object. Because they're always temporary, they're always moving and changing. And then it tries to find it in spirituality, it tries to become a better person, become more loving and more kind and more patient, and It's desperate to end. It's the sense of suffering, the contraction, the sense of being alive, being something. And it hears about non-duality, it hears about liberation, and then it wants that. I'll find it in that. I'll find happiness, I'll find freedom in this, in getting this liberation, in me dissolving. So it still seeks and tries to find it. But what's being pointed to isn't an it. It isn't a thing, an object. So it can never have it. It can never find it. But it's convinced it's got to be an it. It has to be a thing. You can only know things. So this isn't about the person getting anything. You don't get liberation. You don't have anything. You never reach liberation. That sense of being something dissolves. It dies. It never gets home. It never gets it. It's the end of you. The end of the person. The end of being something. And then there's everything. There's what's happening. I can hear something in the background.
Is it the fan?
Like the TV or something, or children playing or something?
The TV's on slightly.
Ah, okay.
Sophie, come. Say hello to Rebecca.
Hi, Sophie.
She can't hear.
Oh, okay.
There you go. We did a compromise where she could have the TV on slightly.
Oh, okay.
She just, yeah, that's you just said something and it's gone now, but it was like, yeah, the person's trying to find things. It's so,
Yeah.
Always. So I got back from the retreat and I started to feel depressed. It's like,
Yeah.
can't get it.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. It's
It's not funny.
no.
There's still nothing you can give to us. There's nothing.
But there isn't anyone to give anything to. How could this give anything to anyone? It's already everything. So there's speaking happening. It's already everything. There's nothing appearing to be a questioner, asking a question and responding to a question. Who is there that can give and receive anything?
Nothing. Somehow that's made sense. So, I don't know if you were going to finish when I came, because you've already been doing like a while, so I don't know if I'm...
I was going to finish, but
Okay.
well, since it's now, I'll answer.
Well, since it's you, I won't want to take your time if you're going to do something.
Well, thanks for the call, Niall.
Thank you. It's so cool to see you.
Yeah, it was cool in Greece.
It's a real surprise. Are you doing it regularly on Fridays?
I do it on
just like...
Yeah, I do it on Fridays, 9 o'clock, 9 p.m.
Cool.
Yeah, so.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Okay.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so it's been over an hour, so thank you everyone for calling in and for listening, and I'll see you again next Friday at 9 p.m. GMT or BST. 9 p.m. in England. Okay, bye. Bye.